7 to go. I think I might try 2 the next time. Whew. I'm also going to put some Loctite on the swivel on the anchor. Lots of people have said don't put the lanolin grease on to keep it from growing rusty. Rust helps keep the pin in, apparently, or the bolt in. So, following advice, time to take the shackle off and the swivel and put on some Loctite. Well, after lots of comments on the video about the swivel on the anchor, the general consensus seems to be use Loctite and to make sure the bolt through doesn't come undone, which seems to make sense, so that's what I'm going to do. Hold on, hopefully that's never going to come off. Maybe I'll have to cut it off. I've used a fair bit of Loctite. If you were watching a previous video you would have seen that I had troubles with my refrigeration. Within 48 hours the Engel packed up working, wouldn't freeze, and the main system on the boat, that sort of didn't pack up completely, but it won't go down below 54.8 degrees. The icebox inside barely keeps food frozen. I've had to eat as much as I can before the stuff goes off. So 2 weeks ago the guys came to pick up the Engel. They say they fixed it, and it's now freezing. So I've plugged it back in. Gonna leave it for 24 hours to see if it does cool down. So I'm pleased to report the Engel freezer is now working 100%, and it's freezing, which is fantastic news. The refrigerator built in is doing okay, but the guys dropped off some parts. This is a replacement control unit that goes out in the lazarette to replace the one that's there, because I think that might be faulty. I'm just hoping that the wire colors actually match up with the existing one. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to install this if the wire colors change, because I won't know where to put any of the wires. So we'll see. And the other thing they said that was probably faulty is the sensor, which is this. So they've given me a new one. It goes from here down through here, disappears, and I can't get at it, all the way along here, and then it comes in to the top of the fridge, way inside, and it's been, the hole has all been gunked up to stop air getting out. It's going to be impossible to try and pull this through. So what I'm going to do, hopefully it will work, is just chop off the end of this, chop off the old one and wire them together, and see if that makes any difference to the temperature, because the fridge is quite cold, but it's reading 52 and it should be lower than that. So maybe it's the sensor that's causing some issues. The items in there feel quite cold, but not as cold as they could be. So that's the first plan of attack. We're going to do this first, see if that makes any difference, and then climb into the lazarette and put this in and see that it's actually, this is where it was wrong before, because this fuse holder is broken. So on the one in the lazarette there's a piece of wire stuck in there to make the circuit. So that's going to be an improvement, because that wire keeps falling out. So we'll see. I'm going to use quick connects on this, because I'm not sure whether it makes any difference which wire connects to which. So if I put it on and it doesn't do anything, then I can easily swap them over. The wires are quite small, so I'm going to double them over. There's one. I don't think this is going to make much difference. I'm not sure whether the old sensor's faulty, or I did put a thermometer in there in a glass of water and it did read a couple of degrees lower, so it read just over 48, so maybe it is the sensor. Let's do the other end. Well, that's the old sensor cut off, and you can see it's reading errors and minus 81, so we'll connect up the new one and see what happens. Well, I've connected up the cables and switched the fridge off, and let's see what's happening on the readout. So you can see it's reading 60.2, which is way above what it was, but it is coming down, so it must be finding the right temperature. So I'll leave that running for a bit and see what it ends up at, but fingers crossed we might have part of the problem resolved and an easy fix. So yesterday evening I changed out the control box where you see all the wires. It took a fair while. I had to turn that, which was a seat. It was a bit uncomfortable, so I made it more comfortable. It took a fair while. Unfortunately all the wires matched up, so it was just a case of swapping it out and making sure everything was in the right place. But I did discover something that I didn't realise was there, and I'll show you what it is on the part that I took out. Here's the part that I replaced, and the fuses, as you can see, go in here. I think it's a 15 amp up here and a 5 amp down there, which is having the fuses there, easy access and so forth. But when I got the this out, I turned it over, and as you can see there's a fuse inside which hadn't blown, but if it had, you wouldn't know it was there. I mean, it might mention it in the manual, I suppose, but yeah, what a place to put it when you got the other fuses on the outside, and to get at it you have to take all this out, which is a bit weird. But anyway, it's fixed. The refrigeration is working a bit better than it was yesterday, and I'll show you the readout. So it's dropped another couple of degrees. Hopefully it'll go down a bit further, but it's now reading 49.2, which is the best it's been since I've took over the boat a couple of months ago. It's not where it should be. I think it should be sort of around 44, 45 maybe, or even lower, but everything in the freezer, in the fridge, is cold, and I'm going to leave it at that, and yeah, see what happens. And the Engel is working perfectly. Everything in that is frozen, so I think I can cross refrigeration issues off the to-do list. Yay! One of the other things I finally completed is the wiring for the Engel windless control, or the toggle switch at the helm. Putting it off because I wasn't actually sure how to wire it, but it actually worked out to be a lot more simple than I anticipated, and I'll show you why. So this is the wiring. It was yeah, pretty straightforward, which was a bit surprising. You just take the live feed from the toggle switch, connect it to obviously the battery connection there, and the two other feeds to terminals 1 and 3. Connected them up. There was a 50-50 chance that I'd got them the right way round, and when I tested it, it was perfect. Press the toggle down and the anchor goes down. Press it up and the anchor goes up. So I don't know why I put it off for so long. I just thought it was going to be complicated, But yeah, that was a big result. A lot of work trying to get the cable to this place and getting it down through the helm station, which was covered in a previous video, but that project is done, and to be honest, the project list is nearly complete. I've only got one more major thing to do, and that's to take the Starlink pole down and cut it down a bit because it's up way too high. So that's the next thing on the list, and after that it really is all small stuff. So yeah, 8 weeks and the project list is more or less done. That's it for this week. If you like the video, please subscribe, comment, like, hit the notification button, whatever you want to do. But thanks very much for watching. Video's a bit shorter this week because I think I tempted fate by saying I'd finished the project list, and my air conditioning is just packed up. So I'm going to have to investigate that. I think that's going to take some investigation because everything seems to be in place, but we'll see. That'll probably be in next week's video. So have a great time, and once again, thanks for watching.